200k, look at that.
So, super quick update. I know I didn't post last week. I just had a load of stuff going on. I didn't get to film as much as I wanted to, and so I wasn't really happy with like the quality it was going to come out with. So I decided, you know what, I'll take 1 week off and then I'll just come back properly this week, which is what this is. However, you will get to see a little bit of what happened last week, as today's game got rained off. So because of that, my Sunday's now pretty boring, because you can't make plans beforehand because you expect you have a game and then it doesn't go on. So I'm going to actually stitch in what I did last week with the guys and put it on this Sunday, even though it was last Sunday. So that's to try and make it a little bit more entertaining for you. So yeah.
So it is a new week, it's Monday, and actually what I'm doing is I'm doing some editing and also watching England's first World Cup game against Iran. And Iran have just scored a goal, hopefully just a consolation. Who knows with this England team. I have to admit, I have really dropped the ball on making sure I film stuff, but I have got all the GoPro footage at least, so I'll be showing you a bunch of stuff that's just happened. The guy who is manager of the team that I'm with at Eastleigh, he's a big Welsh fan, so he was watching the game today. Obviously it's Wales versus the US, so I was lucky enough to run the full session, which was awesome. The guys did really well. I wanted to do a really technical session just because these guys are so talented and have so much potential coming through, but they still need to work on the technicals, and sometimes, you know, a lot of youth players, a lot of them just decide, you know, I'm good now, I know what I'm doing, when actually you should really keep working on it. So yeah, that's what we did.
The Ecuador game yesterday.
Yeah.
Did you see the moment where one of these strikers went running through on goal? He was through on goal. He didn't shoot with his left, so he had to drag it back onto his right. They closed him in. How important is using your weak foot? Elite level of football, they don't use it enough. They're giving up easy chances because they're not confident on it. If you want to distinguish yourself at this kind of level, being able to use both feet is so vital.
So I'm actually just a little bit nervous. I've got my first session with a new team that I'm going to be starting working with called Fawley. It's actually the same team that Oscar joined about 2-3 weeks ago. They were in need of a goalkeeper coach, and because they play at a decent level, Wessex Division, which is a good standard of football for where I am, to be a first team goalkeeper coach would be like a big step up. So yeah, I've got the first session today. I'm not too sure if I'm going to get involved straight away or if I'm just going to be there to settle in, watch what they do, but we're going to find out, and yeah, I'll keep you updated as much as possible. So I was supposed to just drop off a bunch of footballs for Tony, just because he had an extra session, so he needed the size 5s. But actually just got to meet somebody that's actually trying to go for the scholarship next year, which is really cool, because obviously I work with the guys who are working to get into the scholarship now. Really good kid. Some decent saves pulled off in the session, to be fair to him. Obviously I only stayed for about 20-25, but yeah, definitely a keeper in there, so should be interesting. Hopefully I'll get to see him every couple of weeks just to see like the improvement and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I am now going to go get ready and then hopefully head over to the academy boys, like the youngers at Eastleigh keepers, as long as the weather holds up. So we'll see. So I thought I'd just quickly grab the camera out as I've kind of hit a new milestone. So on TikTok, it's now officially, who wants to focus? Oh, it's not going to focus. 200k, look at that. Finally hit the milestone. It's been a long time coming. I kind of slowed down quite a bit early on in the year, and I really shouldn't have, but life got in the way. But just happy to hit, like 200k is such a massive milestone, so it's just like, next mission will be an extra 50k, just so I can say $250,000, and then 500k, then hopefully, you never know, one day, maybe, just maybe, might be $1 million, but I'm over the moon with 200k. So yeah, if any of you guys have followed me on social media for a while, especially on TikTok, thank you so much for following. It does mean the absolute world to me. I'm back to posting so much content now, so I'm just going to keep it going. So we're about to go to bed in a minute, but there's been something that I've been really wanting to do for a little while, so I'm going to show you what it is. So the idea behind it is, after every game that I'm a manager, and like a first team manager, either the match promo or just something that represents that game, and then up in my study, which I'll show you in a second, I've got like the photo frames of it, just so I'm hoping that in like 20 years time I can look back, and hopefully when I'm, you know, full time at a League 2 club or something like that, I can look back and look, oh, that's the game I had then to now, and you can just kind of see that progression. So that's what I'm going to do now. Oh, so this is what it looks like now. I did just put these two up as well, because actually my first ever game that I technically managed was about a year and a half ago, just as a pre-season friendly. The main manager couldn't make it. So this is, I don't have any fancy stuff like that. So I just have to line up. I remember taking like an app I work with, and then some of the congratulatory messages afterwards, which meant like a hell of a lot to me.
So we finished up the session with the Eastleigh lads. Really good session. I did jump in goal for a bit because again we finished with like a tournament thing. After a lot of explosive movements, external stretching, all that kind of stuff, it was really good. I managed to get a few clips, and then also Ash did some commentary at times to the GoPro, which I personally found hilarious. So I'll put in a couple now, but I put them up on TikTok already because I think it's funny.
Oh, that save was dirty. Do that. Don't do that.
So now he's going to get the views, you only want to from me.
I'm going to get all your thoughts for tomorrow and everything. It's going to be great. And your post thoughts and everything.
Ah, yeah, sick, nice.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, subscribe to OP1GK anytime.
So at the moment, because obviously the GoPro's having a couple of issues, it got back so bad, I had to put the media mod on today, but to now undo the media mod, I'm going to have to unscrew the actual folding feet. So I'm going to have to do that, even just to get the SD card out. Luckily I've got some replacement parts coming, well, one of them's arrived today, and then the next set should come tomorrow, so then it's all back up to fully functional.
So I need to get my England top to actually represent, but just started watching the England game. I put both my phone and my iPad on charge, and now they're both updating. So hopefully I'll get it back soon so I can actually post, but I'm just kind of waiting for it at the moment as it's decided to update. So here is the new stand for the GoPro compared to the old one. So I'm going to get it out of the box real quick. Oh, and that's what this ended up being. So today's quite an exciting day for me personally. I've got my first game with Foley as the goalkeeper coach. Oscar's actually going to be in the first game as well, which is going to be awesome, just because a little less nervous for both of us because we both know each other, and you know, he's the goalkeeper, I'm the goalkeeper coach. It kind of works beautifully. I'm now going to head on over there and we'll get to the game.
Oh! Yes, Rob! Yeah! Yeah! Come on! Well done.
So after a very, very long time, I finally got the GoPro with proper bolts in for the folding feet and an actually working stand, which is beautiful. So it's now Sunday, which means I've got a game at Eastleigh under 18s. I'm not too sure who we're against today, actually. I haven't actually checked. But either way, we won last week, so hopefully we can just keep that momentum going and we can get another good result. Plus, it's at home, so it's not too far to travel. So I just turned up to the venue. I'm just walking over to the pitch now. I believe they'll probably be in the changing rooms first, so I'll have a look there, and then I'll work out what time we're actually going to get on pitch, because sometimes they can be a little bit odd. We might have like other people's games on first, and then right. But we'll see what happens today, and then yeah, we'll see how we get on.
You're already on the dominating, Greg.
You're playing the cupboard like that.
Say anything?
Yeah, just bagged, happy with the performance, bit of a knackering game.
Oh, he's done it again and he's on camera! Get him!
Brilliant.
I just got nuts. So we just finished our game. We were against a team that it's either going to be us or them that are really going to push on now for the rest of the season. We managed to get a 3-2 win. Made it a lot more difficult for ourselves than we really had to. You'll see with some of the goals, it's just kind of rudimentary mistakes, just from not even just like
defence, midfield, attack. It's just all the way through, like just a bit of naivety. But again, they're a young squad, so you kind of can let them off a little bit. And yeah, it's just a lot of game management. Just showed the mental side more than the opposition at the end, just to see us through to the end.